Well, welcome to K-State Football Locker Room. It's been uncharted territory for us in the past, where we're here to do a Q&A with head coach Chris Klieman, who's here to give us not only his answers to some of the questions that have been burning it up through, I'm sure, what you have wanted to know, but also what we want to know in the background of Coach as he gets settled in. I guess that's the first question, settling in. Have you even felt like you've settled in, or is it still spinning?
It's still spinning. I have not settled in. I've been here a few days last week, a few days this week, and just trying to get my bearings, try to figure out where I'm at. I see, the football office. I've been down here now, and it's been a little overwhelming, but in the same respect, have had tremendous support and excited to get started.
Speaking of that support, Gene Taylor, obviously someone that you knew intimately coming into this process just from your time at North Dakota State, good friendship that was forged there. But you look back at the time that you were there, 3 to 4 years was all the time that you overlapped, and it wasn't as you as a head coach and he as the AD for very long. I guess, how did this relationship between the two of you come about and the fast friendship get forged? Well,
Gene's a hands-on athletic director, as everybody knows, and he came to all the practices, and he was around the locker room, around the guys, and became pretty good friends with them. Our boys were good friends, Jared and Devin, so just always forged a real good relationship. And then when the job opened up and he gave me the chance to interview, and it was a right fit, and he was able to hire me. But I also knew when he left, shortly after that, and I hadn't coached a game yet, but shortly after that, I knew that the rapport that I'd had with Gene, that someday I'd hoped I'd work for him again.
Now, that was the question I was going to follow up with, is that, do you have it in your mind as a coach, like just, hey, this is a guy I want to work with at some point, even when you were a defensive coordinator? Yeah,
absolutely. You want to surround yourself with good people. You want to surround yourself with people that care, people that are going to have your back, people that are going to go to bat for you, and that's Gene Taylor. And I think people have noticed that here, and wherever Gene has gone, he's made a big impact on the people that he's touched and been around. And when you see that as a coach that was just up and coming and being a head coach, you think to yourself, boy, if I get an opportunity again to work with him, I'd love to do it. And fortunately, it worked out.
Yeah, fortunately for all of us, right?
Yeah.
Coaching, as far as, listen, everybody that's been in football as a player usually has an idea or a hope of continuing their career in football at some level. For you, it's coaching. How did you get into it? What were the reasons you went into it?
Well, I finished up playing, didn't know what I wanted to do. The athletic director at Northern Iowa at the time was Bob Bowlesby. And Bob was a family friend, and he said, why don't you become a graduate assistant? And Terry Allen was the head coach at Northern Iowa. And I said, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I knew I wanted to be around the game, and so started that as a graduate assistant and spent 3 years there, or 4 years, and then just started bouncing around. And I really enjoyed being around the game, impacting guys' lives. And at that time, they were a few years younger than me, but I was still making an impact. And then as I continued on in the profession, that was the thing that was the most rewarding, is seeing a young man come in as a freshman and seeing how much he would grow and mature throughout that 4 to 5 years, and watching him get his degree, watching him excel on and off the field. And I have so many, I'm fortunate, I have so many really close friends that I coached, dating back to the early 1990s to up until last year, and finishing up at North Dakota State this year. And so just the impact that you can make on young people's lives.
That's the away from the day of game, right? The game day environment. That's the exciting part about coaching. When it comes to the game itself, are you a coach that's anticipating getting out there? Fun? Is it fun, I guess, coaching on the sidelines, or is it nervous? What's it like for you?
The longer you do it, the more you appreciate it, the more you enjoy it. I think when I was a younger guy, I probably was anxious and probably was nervous, and then as you settle in and have a philosophy and have a belief, and if you've prepared the guys each day to be successful, they're going to be successful on Saturday. And I enjoy game day now, and I relish those opportunities. Last Friday was a great example. I knew it was my last game in the Fargo Dome, and I soaked it all up. I soaked it all in. I was around those kids all day long, and really enjoyed that experience. And this game's fun, and it has to be fun for the coaches, for the players, and I think when guys are more loose, they're going to play better. And that doesn't mean that we're not engaged and focused, but in the same respect, you got to let the guys know you're having fun yourself.
Now, speaking of having fun, you've had a lot of fun through social media since the day of your announcement, and then on to where we are today as we get ready for the Christmas time, even during this dead period in recruiting. How much do you embrace the social media aspect of it? Are you aware, I guess, of the response that's elicited from it?
Yeah, I'm aware because a lot of people have told me about it. I haven't been on social media as much in the last week simply because I'm so busy trying to get a recruiting class and coaching and recruiting and doing multitasking. But I know it's a fabric of our society. It's a lot of the young people, all the young people have different avenues of social media. I've embraced it. I have a lot of help in social media. You guys have been phenomenal here, and I think it's been really well received out there.
Yeah, it has so far. This was kind of hinted at the press conference, but there was obviously the aspect of you and the fit at K-State, but there's also the aspect of you looking for the right fit for you personally as a head coach. What was it about K-State that, I guess, even after being here, that made it the perfect fit for you as a coach? Well,
a couple things. One, the community and the fan base. And Fargo, North Dakota State has an unbelievable fan base. Everybody cares about the program within the community, within the Bison Nation, so to speak. And I saw the same thing here. And I saw it from afar when I came here in 2013 as a coach. I'd seen it from the days that Coach Snyder started and saw him build it and what it had become. So from a fit standpoint, from the community, the fact that the institutions are very similar. It's a blue-collar kid that we're going to get to come here that's going to be a hard-working, disciplined, fundamentally sound football player, as well as a great citizen outside the football complex. And that part of it was a good fit. And then obviously just the schemes that I'm looking to bring here and implement are not far off from some of the schemes that have been really successful here at Kansas State.
Well, I think that in some respects that's why everyone was so excited about the marriage that has so far seemed to be perfect to this point. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations on what has been winning the dang day to this point. Continued success in those efforts.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Coach Klieman, Q&A, much more on K-State football, of course, online, not only through KStateSports.com, but also on social media outlets, including K-State football on Twitter. For the coach, I'm Brian Smoller. Thank you for watching.